Hello children, good morning. I am Ejaz Hashmi. I am your English teacher and I warmly welcome you all to our online classes. I know this is a new experience to all of you. So I wish you all a very happy learning. So without any further delay, I would like to start with few questions to you. Now, what do you see on the board? You see few names. What's the first name? Let me read it out for you. The first name is Alexander, and the second name Aristotle. Third one Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and the fourth one our favorite cricket star Sachin Tendulkar, right? So, my question is, why did I write these names on the board? What do you know about these people? Do you know that these are the people who are considered very great in the history of human life? Now, let me first talk about Alexander. What's the greatness of Alexander? Alexander is also called as Sikandar. You know the meaning of Sikandar? The one who has never tasted defeat. Yes, Alexander was that noble king from Greece, that what all the wars that he has waged, he has won. Alexander is a king before Jesus Christ. He was born before Jesus Christ, and the people did not know then that the world was round. They knew the earth only as a flat surface. So Alexander has conquered, has won the then known world. Now, who's the other person? Aristotle. What did Aristotle do? Sir, today man has achieved great success in every field in terms of science and technology. So Aristotle is a very great scientist who has worked on 56 branches of science. Do you know that? And when did he work? Not in the recent times when the computers are available, not in the recent times when there is Wikipedia, and not in these times when there are huge libraries. When did he do this? He did this before the birth of Jesus Christ. Isn't it wonderful? Right. Who's the third person? Abdul Kalam. Everybody knows what Abdul Kalam has done. Abdul Kalam has brought the costliest things to a very, very cheaper and affordable prices. Today everybody has a cardiac problem, heart problem. It's a very costly affair to arrange a stunt to the people who suffer with heart diseases. But it is our Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam who invented the cheapest stunt in the world. He made India as a nuclear superpower. He has helped in the invention of many nuclear weapons, even the Pokhara test. Then many satellites that are launched by India. For all these things, he was the one who led it. Then who's the next one? Sachin Tendulkar. What do we talk about Sachin Tendulkar? When we talk about cricket, if cricket is considered a religion, then who is the god? Sachin Tendulkar is the god of the cricket. He is the one who holds all the records in the cricketing history. Now, you may be wondering, sir, why are we talking about all these great people? We understood their greatness, good, but why are you talking about them? So, all these great people, do you think they achieved great things by themselves? No. Nobody can do anything individually. There are many unseen forces helping us to be successful, helping us to be what we are. Now, who are the most important people? Number one is mother. Number two, father. Number three, who's that? Come on, tell me, who's that? Teacher. Yes, that is the reason why in our country we say Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So Guru is the Brahma, one who writes the destiny of his student. Guru is the Vishnu, one who sustains, one who leads, one who makes the student travel his chosen path. Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. What does Maheshwara do? He kills. What does a Guru kill? The Guru kills the ignorance of the student and fills him with the light. So to such Guru, what do? We bow down. Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. For me, you are everything. So now you understood what is the title of our lesson. The title of our lesson today is My Teacher. What's the name of the lesson, my dear students? My Teacher is our lesson name. So what's the name of our title? My Teacher. Now let us come back. Sir, first let us talk about Alexander. How do you think Alexander became so successful, such a great emperor? Because of his teacher. You know, Alexander was not in search of kingdoms. Sometimes when he waged wars, for example, take India, when he defeated Purushottam of India, when he defeated Porus, the other name for Purushottam, he did not take away the kingdom from him. He gave the kingdom to him and asked him to rule it. Then you may be wondering, sir, is Alexander crazy? Why did Alexander go waging wars? Because his teacher told him that the earth was a flat surface and it ended after river Indus. Alexander wanted to know the truth. He wanted to see with evidence whatever his master has taught. So he set out on the journey, and when he came to Indus, he crossed the river Indus and he discovered India. So whatever Alexander did it because of the teachings of his master. Then who is the teacher of Alexander? I know that's the curious question you are all thinking about. Who is the teacher of Alexander? The teacher of Alexander is Aristotle. He is none other than Aristotle. Now Aristotle studied 56 subjects. He wrote treatises on 56 subjects. Who is the teacher of Aristotle? Do you know who is the teacher of Aristotle? Plato. Who is the teacher of Plato? Socrates. Then Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he did not study engineering first. He studied graduation. He studied degree. But when he was studying degree, there was one man who inspired Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who helped to work on his logical thinking. Do you know who that is? Professor Totadri Iyengar. When Professor Totadri Iyengar walked through the corridors of the college, I could see the light emanating from him. These are the exact words Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam told about his master in his autobiography, Ignited Minds and Wings of Fire. See, and then Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar was an ordinary boy. Who made him the god of cricket? His master. Who's that? Achrekar. Who's that? Achrekar is the teacher of Sachin Tendulkar. So behind every successful man and woman, there is a teacher. Behind every successful person, there is a teacher. Now you might have also heard about Chandragupta Maurya, the one who established the first empire in India, Mauryan Empire. Who's that? Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta was not even a Kshatriya, but he went on to build a big empire. Who helped him do that? Who was the teacher of Chandragupta Maurya? Acharya Chanakya. You might have heard about Arjuna. Who made Arjuna so great? His master Dronacharya. So behind every successful person, there is a teacher. Today, my dear students, we are going to learn about the teacher of Helen Keller. Whose teacher are we going to learn about today? We are going to learn about the teacher of Helen Keller. Now you may be wondering, sir, who is this Helen Keller? Helen Keller is a lady who was born healthy, but when she was 18 months old, she suffered a very severe illness, and because of this severe fever, of course, she recuperated, she recovered, she became healthy from the sickness, but she lost her sense of sight, she lost her sense of sound, she lost her sense of speech. She became deaf, dumb and blind. Now can you imagine, my dear students, how horrible life would be for a girl who cannot see, who cannot listen, who cannot speak. Out of 5 senses, if 3 senses are not functioning, how can she know the world? But that person went on to become a great orator. She became a lady who worked for the rights of women, political rights of women. She inspired many organizations like Lions International, Rotary Club, right? Who helped Helen Keller to become so great? Her teacher. So now I know you are wondering to learn more about the teacher of Helen Keller, right? So without any further delay, let us listen to the story of Helen Keller in her own words. The lesson My Teacher is narrated to us by Helen Keller herself. So when Helen Keller is the first person narrative here, okay? So my dear students, I request all of you to open your books and kindly look into the books. The role of a teacher is very important in shaping a child's personality. Here are the pictures of 2 great teachers who have made their students legends. What do you mean by legend? When I say legend, I am not talking about Balakrishna. No. Legend means, there are 2 meanings for the word legend. Legend is a story that is only told, not written. A story that is passed from a generation to generation orally is called as a legend. Then what is the other meaning for legend? The other meaning is, this is the beauty of English, my dear children. You all have to understand, one word in English can convey many meanings. One word in English language can portray, can present, can convey, can describe many meanings. So here one meaning of legend is a story that is passed down from one generation to other generation orally. Then what's the other meaning for the word legend? The other meaning for the word legend is great, inspiring. Understood, sir? So we have the pictures of 2 legendary teachers, 2 great teachers. Who are they? One is Guru Dronacharya and the other one is Acharya Chanakya. Then in our textbook, we are also given a picture of a person. Can you identify that person? In whose memory we celebrate Teachers' Day. When is Teachers' Day, by the way? 5th of September. When is it, sir? It's on 5th of September. Every year on 5th of September we celebrate Teachers' Day. Whose birth anniversary is that? Please tell me. It's easy, I know, because you all love to celebrate Teachers' Day. You all love to convey your love for the teachers on that day. Whose birthday is that? You're right. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Okay? Now, Shall we start the lesson, my dear students? The lesson that is given to us is an extract. What is that? It is an extract. So what is the meaning of extract? Look at this word. I want every one of you to spend some time on this word. Are you all interested to learn vocabulary? Yes? Language is all about words. So if you are interested to learn words, look at this word. What is the first part of this word? EX. In English language, any word that begins with EX, what meaning does it convey? It conveys the meaning of out. Okay? You want to try? Look at every word in English language that starts with EX. What do you call the door through which we go out? What do we call it? Yes? Keep guessing. What is that? Exit. Exit means a way to go out. In the same way, what is the meaning of expose? What's the meaning of expose? To show out. Expose means to show out. In English language, any word that begins with EX means out. So what's the meaning of extract? Extract means to take out. We extract ghee from what? From cheese. Right? Extract means take out. Understood, sir? So the present lesson that we are going to read is an extract from the story of my life. Is it my life? Who is my here? The story of my life. No, it is not Ejaz sir's story. When we say the story of my life is the autobiography of Helen Keller. The story of my life is the autobiography. Autobiography means what, sir? Again, writing about one's own life. Helen Keller told her story. If I tell my story, it is called my autobiography. Helen Keller told her life story with the name The Story of My Life. So we call that as autobiography. This is an extract from The Story of My Life by Helen Keller. When Helen Keller was 2 years old, she was struck by an illness that left her visually and hearing impaired. For the next 5 years, she lived in a world of darkness and silence. Her life changed the day Miss Anne Sullivan became her teacher and companion. Miss Sullivan's kindness, patience and skill as a teacher for the visually impaired helped Helen a lot. I know, my dear students, there are many new words that are introduced to you. So, whenever you come across a new word, please underline that word in the textbook with a pencil. First, I would like to suggest you what are good reading habits. We always should be very focused. The book should be exactly at a distance of 30 centimeters. You should not put the book simply like this, the way I am putting. No. Hold the book into your hands. And what should be the distance, sir? Exactly 30 centimeters. And always use a pointer. What should we use? We should use a pointer. Once you practice reading, then you don't need to use this pointer. But in the beginning, right, in the initial stages, we need to use a pointer. Okay. So, are you all ready? So, here when she was 2 years old, she was struck by illness, and what happened, sir? She became impaired. What did she become? She became impaired. Pair means align. Impaired. That means she became handicapped. She lost her sense visually, and she was impaired. How was she impaired? Visually. vision. Vision means ability to see. So she became visually impaired and hearing impaired. She could not listen. What do you call a person who is visually impaired? We call them blind. What do you call a person who is impaired by hearing? We call them deaf. Okay, so instead of using the words like blind and deaf, because those words are offensive, those words are hurting, let us not use those words. Instead, let us use words like visually challenged, or hearing impaired and visually challenged. But don't say deaf, dumb, blind, such words, they are hurting. Okay. So at an age of 2 years, Helen Keller suffered severe illness that left her impaired visually and hearing impaired. For the next 5 years, that is until she grew 7 years old, how was her life? She lived in a world of darkness. As she cannot see, everything was dark in her life, and she cannot listen to anything. Listen. Don't say listen. It is not listen. Many of us make the mistake of reading listen as listen. It's not listen. What is it? Listen. So, as she cannot listen, her world was filled with silence. As she cannot see, her world was filled with darkness. Until when? Until her teacher came. When did her life change? Her life changed the day Miss Anne Sullivan became her teacher and companion. She not only became the teacher, who's the teacher, sir? Miss Anne Sullivan. Miss Anne Sullivan is the name of the teacher. Okay, is the board looking very clumsy? Let me rub this. So, who is the teacher, sir? The teacher is Miss Anne Sullivan. She is not only the teacher, she is also a very good companion. They both stayed together. Okay, right. Miss Sullivan's kindness, patience and skill as a teacher for the visually impaired helped Helen a lot. What are the qualities that are described in Miss Anne Sullivan? First one, what is the quality that a teacher should have? Patience. Teacher should be patient to listen to all the doubts of the student, to all the questions that the child raises. Okay, but the teacher should not strike away the doubt saying that this is a very silly doubt. Okay, don't you know this? You are what kind of fool you are to ask questions like this. Do you think such people make good teachers? No. What is the first quality that a good teacher should possess? Patience. Okay, the teacher should be smiling, encouraging, and more importantly, patience is the virtue that a teacher should possess. Who had that? Miss Anne Sullivan. After patience, kindness. And what is the third quality? Skill. What is the third quality? Her skill. Skill as a teacher for the visually challenged. Miss Anne Sullivan got trained as a teacher for the differently abled children. Who are called as differently abled children? Children who cannot see, who cannot hear, who cannot speak, or those who are physically challenged are called differently abled people. So Miss Anne Sullivan was trained as a teacher to teach the children who are impaired. So her skill as a teacher, her kindness and her patience, whose Miss Anne Sullivans helped Helen Keller a lot. Now let us listen to the story in her own words. Are you all very excited about it? Right, very good. Then what are we waiting for? Let us start. But let us do that in our next session. So until our next session, my dear children, you please think of your favorite teacher. Okay, who is the teacher who influenced you the most? And also try to take some notes. Why you like that teacher? What are the qualities that you like in that teacher? Will you do that for me? Okay. So my dear children, please, until we meet for the next class, take very good care of yourself. Thank you so much and love you all.